Alright, welcome back. Another video for you. I wanted this to be like a mini hunt video. I didn't really get much footage. I got a couple little videos of some of the stuff that I found. I was in Laughlin a couple weeks back, and we stopped in Bullhead City because we had some time before we checked in, and we stopped at the Goodwill there in Bullhead City. And funny, we walked through, I looked at the movies and stuff, and the video games, and I found this. Not a big deal, you know, it's really not worth much, but it's a promotional thing. It was, you know, $4, whatever. I figured I'd pick it up just because it's promotional and it's got a lot of good games on it, Atari games and whatnot. Then we walked around, looked, and then on my way back I found a couple more things. Stopped in the toy section, I found these Ninja Turtle, they're called 3D It. Now, there's a machine that takes these sticks of wax and creates little people, and then this is just like a skin kit. It comes with the sticks of wax, and then once you put it through the machine, you create your little blockhead dude and stuff. You put the stickers on to create the Ninja Turtles. $1.49, so I figured pick it up, and I got 3 of them. There were 3 there, so I just picked them all up. And then I was looking, I was like, you know, I don't have that 3D maker, so let's just put it back. I wasn't going to buy it. And then right down the aisle, I found the 3D maker itself. This is the little machine that melts it, turns it into little people. This was like, yeah, $3.50 if you can see that. Amazing value. So apparently this thing wasn't that expensive to begin with, because this looks like a 99-cent only store sticker. $8 still isn't that bad for a cool little machine that makes dudes. I'm assuming that this didn't go anywhere. It didn't make it big if they're showing up in the dollar stores or Dollar Tree or wherever this ended up. Not Dollar Tree, Dollar General or whatnot. But I figured for $3.50 and $1.50 a figure, I'll get it. I'll make some Ninja Turtles. That'll be kind of cool. And also, we stopped by another Goodwill. Well, we're going to go back to the previous Goodwill where I found this. This is another Goodwill. I want to get this out of the way because the last thing I found at the previous Goodwill is a pretty good find. Is my buddy Chris found this for me. See that? Yeah, $2.50. It's a Mad Catz wrist rumbler. You plug this into your controller port in the PlayStation 1, and you plug your controller in, and you wrap it around your wrist, and it creates a rumble feature in your wrist. So I don't know, kind of interesting. This one has not been opened. I don't think I'd be wanting to buy one that had been opened because I don't know where the rumbler had been. All right, last but not least. So again, going back to the previous Goodwill, walked back to the front, decided to go take one last look at the movies before we leave, and some dude was putting out brand new items. And here's a quick look at the baggies of stuff that I found.
Dude, he probably, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I bet, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because he put all those, that's when the Dragon Ball Z stuff was there. He probably just put them on the shelf. We were there at the absolute right time.
Info mags.
Oh, nice.
All right, so I went through them all already. Just loaded full of games here. Some games are, you know, they're common, like $1, $2. Some of these games in here are like 15, 20 bucks a piece. Funny thing, I found the 2 bags of Game Boy games, and as you can see in the bag, we had a whole bunch of these guys. Now, I got a full set of these Pokemon games, and I personally didn't own any of these. I always would sell these because, you know, you get really good trade credit for them. But this time I think I'm going to keep them. I put them in this little case I used to display my other valuable games, but it just happened to be just the perfect amount of games put in this little displayer. But yeah, I got all these, all 6 of these, plus it was 8 games per bag, and they were $20 a bag. So I mean, just 2 of these games worth like $40, so that pays for both bags. So I got literally the rest of the Pokemon games free, and all the other Game Boy games for free. And that included like a mint condition. I know it's not worth much, but this is a pristine mint condition copy of Mario Land, which is way better. You know, it's way better shape than mine. I'm probably gonna swap it out. This one looks clean. And then I get to the truck. I get a phone call from Chris. He's still in the store. He's like, "Hey man, I found this other bag of games for $30." And I was like, "Well, I just looked." And he's like, "Oh, the Game Boy Advance games. Oh, okay, we'll buy them." And he brought them out to the truck, and I had seen the bag. I thought they were Leapfrog games because they have these weird little cases. Doesn't this look like a Leapfrog or one of those educational games? That's all I saw were all these cases. And yeah, they're cases, and there's Game Boy Advance games in them. So, I mean, the first thing I saw that he told me is this was in there. And this alone pays for the whole bag. I mean, this one goes for about $45, Pokemon Emerald. And I want to say I got about 12 games in there. But at the end of the video, I'll have some pictures posted so you can kind of take a look and see exactly what I got. But that's the best score I've gotten in a while for paying the least amount of money. So this doesn't happen at all. We weren't expecting it. We just happened to stop by Goodwill, and that's how it seems to happen. When you're not looking for it, you find it. And good thing we stuck around and walked back over there and took a second look. I had no clue this guy was putting stuff on the shelf, and I was like, these baggies weren't here before. So yeah. So those of you out there Goodwill hunting, you know, if you get lucky, first off, you got to find a Goodwill that doesn't try to take these games and throw them in the glass case and mark them $20 a piece. Some Goodwills are notorious for doing that. Luckily, these guys just threw them all in a bag. Probably had no clue what they had. Threw it on the shelf. So that's what I like to see. $20 seems like a lot for going to Goodwill to buy games, but the caliber of games was good enough to for me to spend that $20 a piece. So, but thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.